of teenage pregnancy. This is my audience, Lynn, Franklin, and Jim. Every year, approximately 750,000 teenagers will become pregnant, and more than 2/3 of those teenagers will not graduate from high school. A sexually active teen that does not use contraceptives has a 90% chance of becoming pregnant in the first year. As many schools across the country continue to reject educating their students on prevention methods, at the same time, these teens are feeling the pressure of their peers to engage in premarital sex. Billions of dollars are spent taking care of teenage mothers and their children every year. Experts say that girls have babies because of lack of self-esteem. They need someone to love and someone to love them back. A baby gives them something to look forward to and something that gives them meaning to their life. Studies show that a lot of teenage mothers come from poverty, and some of them know no better. There's definitely a lack of education, but it doesn't have a direct relationship to race or ethnic background. A lot of teenage mothers don't think they have anything to lose by having a baby. Becoming a parent permanently and profoundly alters a teenager's life. Most of the girls forget about their dreams of becoming married. College is most likely out of the question, and graduating high school becomes a goal that half of these teenagers don't even achieve. Young girls having babies isn't anything new. As a matter of fact, teenage parenthood was higher in the 1950s than it is today. But then, girls were at least 18 or 19 years old and already married. Only a few of the single mothers during that time actually kept their babies. Young teenagers do not realize that having babies are not the answer to their problems, and that they come with a lot of responsibilities. Today, many mothers are 15 or 16 years old. Some can be as young as 12 years old. Fathers contribute little or nothing to taking care of the baby. Therefore, it's even harder on the mothers. All of a sudden, these girls are thrown into the world of responsibility and duties, where the baby comes first before her own needs. She is expected to balance school and work while full-time task of taking care of a baby. Her world has changed from dates, parties, sleepovers, and sleeping late on Saturdays to diapers, doctor's appointments, formulas, bills, and waking up throughout the night and early every day. The annual cost of teen pregnancy in the United States, from lost tax revenue, public assistance, child health care, foster care, and involvement in the criminal justice system, is estimated to be about $7 billion. Amongst the added expenses on the government, there are many consequences that are more personal to the specific teen involved. Teens that become pregnant are faced with the increased rates of having birth complications, such as premature labor. Many teenagers deliver low-weight babies, often bringing about immature organs and difficulty controlling body temperatures and blood sugar levels. A premature baby ultimately has a higher death rate than those of a normal weight. Becoming pregnant as a teen often causes a variety of intense emotions that someone of such young age is not well enough equipped to handle. Some teens do not want to keep their baby and may become consumed with guilt. Often teens turn to abortion, while some are so ashamed and afraid that they do something drastic, such as hiding their pregnancy for 9 months and finally disposing of the delivered child. Some young girls feel that they need a baby to love, but are not aware of the special care that a baby will require, or for the many expenses that come with a child. Depression is very common amongst teenage pregnancies, sometimes after abortion or adoption. The many changes of becoming a teen parent can be avoided with the proper precautions. There are many ways to prevent teenage pregnancies. Popular solutions include discussions of safe sex practices. In addition to condoms, doctors can prescribe birth control pills that regulate the fertility of a woman's eggs, or advise the use of another pregnancy prevention tool, like intrauteral devices or spermicidals. These options are not 100% effective. For teenagers, however, the option of a doctor's prescription requires the permission or parents' consent. Most teenagers do not want to talk to their parents about them being sexually active. Media often promotes sexuality to children and teens before they are capable of making mature decisions about pregnancy or before they clearly understand the consequences of becoming pregnant and having a child. Yes, shows have ratings, but parents are not always around to prevent their children from watching them. Companies like Comcast help parents make it a little easier with the media because they have programs like parental control where parents can put passwords on certain channels that they don't want their children watching. This works when parents actually use it, but a lot of parents don't use the tool and their children are just watching whatever they want. This is a good way to prevent the exposure of sexuality on TV, but it has to be used all the time. The best advice for avoiding teenage pregnancy is abstinence. Abstinence from sex completely before marriage. Abstinence is the only 100% certain way to prevent pregnancy. It may not be a popular choice, and it never will be, but schools still try to teach kids to use abstinence. So teenagers need the proper education and options for pregnancy besides just hearing about abstinence. Communities and governments have tried to help out teenage mothers, but sometimes what they do just isn't enough. There is after-school care for young adolescents, and there are community learning centers. In 1984, about 8.7 million girls were living with a baby and without a father. Only 58% of those girls were awarded child support. Of those who were rewarded child support, they only received half of the amount due to them. 26% received partial payments, and 24% had gotten no payments at all. Federal, state, and local funds must be provided for after-school programs for young mothers. Legislation